What's going on, guys? John Elder here from codemy.com, and in this video, we're going to add some color to our tree view with Tkinter and Python. Alright guys, like I said, in this video, we're going to start to look at colors and style for our tree view. But before we get started, if you like this video and want to see more like it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out codemy.com where I have dozens of courses with hundreds of videos that teach you to code. Use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership with all my courses, videos, and books for one-time fee at just $49, which is insanely cheap. Okay, it is Labor Day here in the US, here in Vegas, and so this video might be a little bit shorter, but like I said, we're going to look at style and color for our tree view. And you can see I've made the whole thing gray. We've got this red bar going on here, which is god-awful ugly. And these things up here look a little different than before. So let's take a look at this. I'm in tree.py. This is the file we've been working on for the last few videos. If you haven't seen that, check the link in the comment section below. I'm using the Sublime Text Editor and the Get Bash terminal as always. So we've got our tree view here. And in order to use colors and things with our tree view, we need to use the style widget, which is a TTK widget. We haven't really talked about that much. I might have touched on it here and there. I really need to do a whole video on the style widget, but we're just going to go through it in this video as if we already know how to use it because it's pretty simple when you get right down to it. So the style widget has something called themes. We're going to touch on those. I also need to do a whole video on themes because there's a lot to look at there, but we'll talk about that in future videos. So first things first, let's just come up here to our tree view section here, kind of at the top. And above here, let's add some style. So we need to create a style sort of widget. So let's create a variable called style, S-T-Y-L-E. And this is a ttk.Style widget. And remember up here at the top, we've already imported TTK from Tkinter, import TTK. So we can use all the TTK widgets. And this is one of them. So we've created that. Now we need to configure it with the colors that we want for our tree view. So let's go style.configure. And then what do we want to configure? What do we want to add this style to? We want to add it to our tree view. And remember, this is a lowercase v. If we come down here and look where we created our tree view, that's a lowercase v there as well. So that's, a little bit weird. And then we put a comma, and then just like everything else, we add a bunch of attributes. And we're going to add a bunch of these, so I'm just going to put these on separate lines. The first one is background, and I'm going to set that to silver. Now, you can use the word silver, or you can use an HTML hex code like, I don't know, what is silver? D3 maybe? D3, something like that. So if you did that, you could, do it like that. Or, like I said, you could just use the word silver. So, okay, let's do silver. We want a foreground color. This is going to be black. This is going to be like the text, I suppose. All right. And then now we can designate the height of our rows. So row height equals, and let's say 25. And that's each row in our tree view, how fat or skinny we want it. So 25 is a good basic one. Maybe we'll play around with that to see differences in that. And then finally, we need something called field background. And this is going to be silver. Now, before we run this, let me just explain what this field background is. Well, actually, let's run this. So Python tree.py. So the field background is, okay, so Bob is the last one. So let's imagine we've highlighted all of these. This is the foreground and background right here, these highlighted things. This down here, this big white and empty, that's the field background. So you have to designate both of them. If we just said silver for the background, this blue area here would be silver, but this thing down here would still be white. So that's why we need to designate, let me pull it up here, field background. But here's the thing, field background doesn't always work with every theme. And we haven't talked about themes yet, and I will in just a minute. Just keep that in mind, and we'll talk about that in a second. So if we run this, as we just saw, it doesn't actually do anything. We need to do one more thing. We need to call style.map. And then what do we want to do? We want the tree view again. And what do we want to do here? We want to set the background. Let me just put this on another line. And this is a list. And inside of here, we need a tuple. And then we want to selected. So here we're designating when we click on an item, what happens then? Well, what do we want to do then? Well, let's change the color to red, right? That's an obnoxious color, or we can go green, whatever you want, right? So now, oops, I misspelled style. There we go, style.map, which is the same as this and the same as this. So, okay, here we might comment change selected color, right? Now, if you leave this off, as we see, even if you don't want to change the color, this whole thing won't work. So make sure you have this on there. So let's go ahead and save this and run it, see if that did anything. So, oops, typo, it's Monday morning and a holiday. So this should be background equals. There we go. Of course it should be. It's always background equal. So, okay, let's go ahead and save this and run it. And we see now we've got silver. If we click on a thing, it's green, but we still have this problem down here with the white. Even though we designated the field background color as silver, it's still showing up as white. And you'll notice these things up here are still white as well. We might want to change those colors. So in order to change this thing down here to whatever color this is, we need to use a theme. And we've never really talked about themes. Themes allow you to change, just like it sounds, the theme colors, and the theme look and layout of your widgets. So Tkinter comes with several themes, and then there are dozens more that you can download. So we're not going to download any in this video, but we are going to use one. So to use these things, let's go pick a theme. And here, let's go configure our tree view colors. So to pick a theme, we just call style.theme_use, and then just pick the theme. So there are several. Default is one, alt is one, clam is a popular one, and not all of them support field background, right? So clam definitely does, so we'll look at clam first. So let's go ahead and save this, and let's run this guy. And when we do, we see now everything is gray, even the field background. We see our green still works. And now these guys up here look different, right? Now they're kind of boxy and gray themselves. So that's what clam does. So if we close this guy, and let's just pull this up and let's try some other ones. So we can also try default, save this and run it. This looks a little more kind of boring, right? These things up here, I like default better. So that's what default looks like. And let's see, another one is, let me think, alt, probably for alternative. Let's see what this guy looks like. Not a whole lot of difference, right? There's one called Vista, which is only good on Windows Vista computers, I think, or at least Windows computers. So if we run this guy, Vista does not support field background down here, right? So that color doesn't change, and these things up here don't change either. So that's a little weird. So I'm just going to set this as default and sort of leave it at that. So we could change this to any color, right? So if we wanted, what is D3? I forget, D3, D3, D3. And we can change this. So if we wanted, say, 45 for the row height, right? Change this. I see D3 is a little bit lighter silver. I kind of like that better. But you see now the row height is much bigger, right? So that's kind of weird looking. So let's go back and change that to 25. I like this D3 color, so let's change that there. And maybe instead of green, we want what? Blue? I don't know. Save this and run it. Yeah, maybe that looks a little better. Now, that's changing the colors explicitly. What if we just use the theme, right? So instead of setting the config here and the style map, actually, let's not do it like that. Let's instead, there we go, comment all this out all the way down to here. So these 3 single quotation marks, that just comments out all the stuff inside. And now all we're doing is using the default theme. So let's save this and run it and see what this looks like. Basically the same, except now this blue is a more muted, cooler looking blue. I like that. These guys up here have changed a little bit. That's kind of cool. And the rest is the same. That's neat. I like that. Let's see. What about clam? Save this. It's going to be basically the same. It's just, oops, these guys up here look a little different. Same color blue, right? If we do default, or no, alt, that was another one, and run this, these look slightly different. And it looks like it's smaller row height as well. So play around with this. It's cool. Like I said, there are a bunch of themes you can download, and I'll probably talk about downloading and using different themes in a future video. But for now, let's just change this back to default and let's get rid of these guys. This is how you can change things. Now, we can do all kinds of cool things like adding tags, just like we did with like our text box, right? We added tags with different colors. So if you want to change different rows, so if you want one row to be gray and the next row to be white and the next row to be gray, so it's like striped, maybe we'll look at that in the next video. But you can do that with just using tags in the same way. You would just come down to wherever you put your data in, like right here where mytree.inserting, and you would just add a tags equal and then do whatever you wanted to do. So maybe we'll look at that in the next video. That's kind of interesting. But for now, run this one more time and just take a look at this. We've got pretty cool. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Codemy.com where you can use coupon code YouTube1 to get $30 off membership. So you pay just $49 to access all my courses. That's over 45 courses, hundreds of videos, and the PDFs of all my best-selling coding books. Join over 100,000 students learning to code just like you. My name is John Elder from Codemy.com, and I'll see you in the next video.